The job market right now in America is so bad that a lot of people, a lot of job seekers are absolutely feeling hopeless right now. I mean, here they are with multiple degrees sometimes, and they cannot even find an entry level job. A lot of times they literally have to settle for a job that pays them $12 an hour, which nowadays in America, where cost of living is getting more and more expensive by the day, it's not even a good livable wage anymore. This situation is absolutely sad. Keep watching this video.
I'm an unemployed 23-year-old post-grad and I've never wanted a job more in my life. At this point, I'll take anything. It's not about the money. It's not about the money. It's more about the routine. Like right now, I genuinely feel like I have no purpose in life. I'm just sat here doing TikToks.
And if you woke up this morning thinking, oh, I want to quit my job, just know that 30,000 people just got laid off. 30,000 people. You are competing with the people who have already been looking for employment. Now, on top of that, you're competing with 30,000 more people. And I talked about this in a previous video, but somebody was like, well, what about my mental health? Babe, if you think your mental health is trash right now, no disrespect, if you think it's bad right now, imagine how bad it's going to get when you don't have any money for food, when you don't have money to pay the bills, when you don't have money to buy the essentials. Like, again, if you think it's bad right now, it could get worse. And I don't mean that to be funny. I don't mean that to be harsh. But again, as someone who was laid off for 7 months, it was a bitch. A big bitch. It was bad. And to wake up and your access automatically be denied is actually fucking insane. There was no one-on-one. There was nobody there to ease the blow. There was nobody to sit there and talk to them. There was nobody sitting here letting them know what their severance is going to be like. It was literally, they woke up, tried to clock in, realized they couldn't.
It is just absolutely insane that you have people applying to job postings online. I mean, hundreds of them, thousands of them in some cases by some people, and yet they can barely land a single interview. And we're not talking about people who are not qualified. We're talking about college graduates and sometimes people with even a master's degree who still go through the same thing, and sometimes they're in tens of thousands of dollars in debt, so they desperately need to get a job that's appropriate for their skill set. Yet that is not what they're finding in the job market currently, because no company is doing a significant amount of hiring right now due to the uncertainties in technology and geopolitics and so on. People are feeling so frustrated in the current job market.
Why is everyone struggling right now? Like, I'm looking around at people who have degrees, work experience, and still can't get hired, and the people that are working are barely getting by. So it's not like people aren't trying. So why does it feel like nothing is working anymore?
The unemployment rate with Gen Z is so high because you're just lazy. All you have to do is take your resume into the establishment and they'll give you a job on the spot. Hi, my name is Morgan. I see you also have your hiring sign up that you've had it for the past 3 months. I have my resume here. I was wondering if I could talk to a manager about hopefully applying for the job. Oh, well, everything's online and like our hiring manager will get everything to you from there. Oh, okay, yeah, well I have already applied online and I didn't hear anything. And then I called up here last week and spoke to someone that said they were going to give my name to the hiring manager because the hiring manager only works 2 hours of the whole week. So I just wanted to come in here and show my face and like maybe speed up the process a little bit. Well, you probably haven't heard back because we're not hiring anymore. And how are we supposed to know that? I don't know, but like we're not hiring anymore. Oh, you're not hiring? No, we're not. So then why is the sign still? It's just up. I don't know. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.
The economy we're having right now is truly destroying a lot of people's hopes and dreams, because a lot of people, especially young people, are expecting to get a good job when they graduate from college and to start a family and hopefully buy their own house one day. All these things seem so unachievable because starting with the job market, it is just the toughest it's ever been in the past decades, and people with college degrees and advanced degrees cannot find an entry-level job, and it's just so tough that it makes people really hopeless.
I am 24 hours away from being homeless. I'm unemployed, 41, and I'm single. But this is the first time that I have completely let go of everything. All 5 fingers have been released from the cliff, and I'm kind of doing a trust fall. I leave for New York in the morning. I'll be there for 3 weeks, and I have no idea what's next. I've applied for over 1,000 jobs, and I've had 3 interviews. And if another person tells me to optimize my resume, I might have a stroke. I'm not even worried. I think I pretend to be worried because I don't want someone to think that I'm egotistical or think that I'm naive. I'm not worried. I know something is coming. Don't know what it is, but I'm ready for it. Got my bags packed, literally. Wish me luck or send me a job lead.
I don't know what we're gonna do with this job market situation, frankly, because I really think that it's only gonna get worse. I mean, as technology, as AI develops, a lot of companies are gonna look for ways to cut more jobs and not hire anyone. And a lot of it's not only due to the advancement in AI taking a lot of those jobs. A lot of times it's simply because the companies need the money to invest in AI infrastructure. So they're cutting a lot of their workforce to, I guess, make more money that way, which I'm not saying I agree with that. I don't. It's absolutely sad and, in my opinion, kind of inhumane almost, but that is what they're doing. And that's why the situation is likely to get only worse.
You're about to be a second semester senior and you don't have a job lined up in business. Here's what you're gonna do, because this was also me a year ago, so I got you. First of all, you're gonna take your 1 month LinkedIn Premium subscription if you haven't already, and every single time that you apply to a job, you're going to find, if not the recruiter, a recruiter, and message them a little snippet like about yourself, how you would love to like talk more, like you just applied to the job, you would love to like learn about their experience and like chat more, and attach your resume. Although a bunch of people don't answer, a lot of people do, and this has gotten me a lot of like not only connections but literally interviews. This one should be obvious, but I don't think it is. Have a base cover letter, and then you need to change it and tailor it to every single job that you apply to, based on the job description, especially for these larger financial firms. That's how you're gonna get a higher view, because you really need to just like get those buzzwords in and obviously make it cohesive, because a lot of the time it's just AI who's like weeding you out of the litter. So make sure you do that. This might be controversial, but my advice is to not have an elevator pitch ready that you just like spit out. Just be able to like instead speak to your experience based on kind of who you're talking to, if that makes sense. Other thing is, don't burn bridges. Let's say you interview and don't end up receiving the job, which has happened to me millions of times. You need to like not burn bridges, because there could be another opening that they think of you for and they'll reach out to you. Or if you apply, then you'll stick out and they're like, oh, we really liked her, it just like didn't work out then. The last thing I'll say is, this job market sucks, and a lot of the time, if you don't have a job lined up, it says nothing about you. Like, I was a perfect, almost 4.0 student, literally 5 million internships, awards, yada, 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 and like, I was struggling. So just try not to let it like really take over. And if you don't graduate with the job, like now looking back, like it's not the end of the world. And I've seen so many people not graduate with a job and then find something amazing for them. So like, don't stress, but also try and place yourself in a great position to get a job.
This isn't the job market for a career pivot. Hear me out for just a second. Let me say more to this. I'm a 20+ year recruiter. I have created a business helping people land their next opportunities. I am a data geek when it comes to all things economics tied to the job market. And as we all are well aware, I've been talking about this for a long time, we are in a job market right now where there are amazingly talented individuals that are laid off and looking for their next opportunity. The competition is incredibly fierce right now, and you are going up against people that are phenomenal in their experiences, in their careers, the companies that they have come from, etc. It's just a wild time right now. That means it is incredibly hard to pivot. Yes, you have transferable skills. And yes, you could go do amazing work at other places. But if an employer has a choice between somebody who has never done the job before and somebody who has been doing the job before and been successful doing it, they're going to lean in this direction. No company is taking high risk right now. And a pivot with transferable skills is considered a high risk. I know that's not what you love to hear, but I am I am sharing just a moment for you to be thoughtful around. Go after your dream jobs, go after the pivots. I'm not saying don't do that, but level set your expectations on what things will likely look at. Good luck out there.
So I've been in postgrad for a year now, full year in postgrad. And if I had to pick one word to describe postgrad, at least for me, it's uncertainty. Like, I still don't know what I'm doing a year later. Didn't know what I was doing the day I finished college. Don't know what I'm doing a year later. Like, I moved across the country. Like, I didn't know that was gonna happen. I applied to like 300 plus jobs, didn't get any of them. Didn't know that was gonna happen. Like, you just don't know. Like, you don't know what's gonna happen. And I don't know. You just gotta ride the wave, man. Like, who knows what's gonna happen? Like, if you told me it was gonna happen a year ago today to now, I'd be like, what the hell? But it's just kind of crazy. Like, a year ago, like yesterday, I think I got a Snapchat memory of like me up at 4 a.m. watching the sunset or the sunrise with my friends on our last morning of college. And then yesterday, so a year ago from that day, I was up at 4 in the morning going to go to work. So it's just crazy the difference. But I mean, yeah, postgrad, it sucks a lot, but you just gotta take it day by day, man. I don't know what to tell you. You just gotta embrace the uncertainty of it. Embrace the uncertainty.
I might graduate college without a job, and this is not an original experience whatsoever. A lot of people have gone through this, especially I'm in a creative role. I'm studying industrial design. I graduate in May, and I'm looking for a job specifically in New York. But I know that other people have gone through this, and that's what's keeping me going. But also the idea that potentially this account could like blow up and help me to sustain a career in art gives me a lot of hope, and that's why I keep posting even when people aren't watching. This is my chance to take a chance on a passion, and gotta keep chasing after it.
And we all know I ain't the biggest fan of college. I don't think you need college to be successful, but you know, depending on what your field is, you know, if you plan on being a doctor, lawyer, or some kind of accountant or something like that, you might need a little bit of college. But some of y'all just be going to college for some of the stupidest stuff ever, bro. And then y'all wonder why y'all think college is a scam. Y'all wonder why y'all think, why y'all can't get a job, bro. You went to school for history. Your major was history. And what job was you planning on getting? When you went to school and you decided you wanted to go to school for film and photography, then you got an iPhone. You got an iPhone, man. Why are you going to school? Bro, turn on your camera and start recording. You went to school for film? Man, come on now, bro. Go watch a movie. It's that simple, bro. Bro, I know people that went to school for music, went to school for dance. Ask Chris Brown, did he go to school for dance? Ask Chris Brown, did he go to school for dance? That nigga just started dancing, cuz I ain't gonna cap. Y'all be going to school for the craziest stuff ever. Who is gonna hire you at a livable wage if you went to school for dance? You went to school for art? Man, go to Dollar General, grab you some color pencils and start drawing. Why are you going to school for art? What job, other than an art teacher at a elementary school, or art teacher at a high school or something, what other job was you planning on getting if you went to school for art? Just bro, please tell me.
I graduated from Yale in May, and I still unfortunately have not been able to find a job, which really sucks because I did a lot of networking, I did a lot of internships, and I thought at least I would get like a 6-figure job coming out of college, and I still have nothing. It just sucks, man. Like, a lot of my friends are going through the same exact thing. They went to great schools, like Ivy League schools, and they still haven't found a job yet. So in the meantime, I've been bagging at a grocery store. I mean, make a couple $100 a week there, and then also claiming class action lawsuits on the Pay Me app and make a couple $1,000 a month there. So at least with those two, at least I'm covering rent, I'm covering groceries, like at least that's what matters at this point. And at this point, I'm kind of considering a corporate job, and it kind of sucks. I mean, so I really don't even know what to do anymore. I know I'm pretty much down and out here. I'm making a few thousand a month, but nothing significant. If you guys have any tips or suggestions of what I should start doing, what I should start implementing, that would be great. But I know this is kind of just like a tough time that I'm in, basically.
So guys, when it comes to the job market right now, like what's going on? Half of the videos I see on TikTok are people saying like, I just left corporate, I just got a new job. And then the other half I see are people that are like, I've been searching for 6 months, I can't find a new role, blah, blah, blah. I am a small business owner, I run my own thing, I do my own thing, but I, in like the end of last summer, I started doing a little bit of contracting, a little bit of consulting in the recruiting space. That's what I have a background in, recruiting and people ops. And it's been really fun, but I'm just so eager to hear like what's actually going on out there. I feel like I have such an interesting, like, I don't know, world view because I've been in it for a really long time and I'm coming back. Anyways, whatever. But like, is it crazy? Is it not? How long are interviews taking? What's going on? Also, if you ever want a series on why I ever left corporate and how it was, I mean, spoiler alert, it's been fantastic. Doing my own thing has been a lot of pressure. So, you know, contracting a little bit here and there does take the pressure off, just financially. I do it all by myself, so it's a lot. You know, it's like have a leak in my roof. Like I gotta make some more cashish. Anyways, how are you guys finding it right now? How are you finding it?
But like, when did it get normalized for grads to not be able to get jobs out of college? Like, it was a problem. Now it's just, yeah, I've been graduated for 2 years and I haven't found a job. Why is that normal? Why is that not shocking now? Like, it's like people have become desensitized to it. I know people with masters that are struggling to find a job or a well-paying job, and I'm just concerned at how normal it is.
Guys, I graduated with a bachelor's degree almost a year ago now, and I've been applying to jobs since the day that I graduated, and I still haven't found a decent job. Why am I applying to basic entry-level jobs like desk assistant, office assistant, receptionist, and they all need 2 to 3 years of experience? Like, hello, you're telling me with my 4-year private institutional degree, I'm still not qualified to use Word and answer phone calls and send emails? Hello? And then even getting a minimum wage job is hard. Why am I applying to coffee shops, restaurants, retail, and all of them are not hiring? Oh, okay, so then why do you have a hiring sign outside? Make it make sense.
Does someone want to explain to me why it was only yesterday my parents realized that the job market is like messed up? They've been on my ass for like a year and a half now about not getting a proper 9-to-5 corporate job. Like, I work 2 jobs and I'm teaching and I want to teach. That's what I want to do. But they're like, you graduated cum laude. You should get a corporate job and then go into teaching. Yesterday, my mom read an article that explained that the job market is messed up. You want to know what she said? Oops. Not, I'm sorry. Oh, now I realize, just oops.
So now I'm unemployed and I feel sick because I don't know. Because I still have bills to pay. I have a car lease and my car insurance and my dog and my apartment.
So if you've been following along with my videos, I've been dealing with a severe mid-career crisis. So I just started my career in sales and decided that I can't hack it in sales.
So I've been doing sales for one of the top broadcast companies. And my problem has just been that I cannot create enough work-life separation. So the way that people were speaking to me and when I was having to call people, the way that they were treating me was just bleeding so much into my personal life. There were about 100 other reasons, but that was probably the biggest one. Is it was devastating to my mental health at home. So I just quit. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't really have a savings. It was probably super irresponsible of me to just quit my job without a plan. But the problem was I've had this decision made up for a few weeks where I knew I needed to leave. My only job was cold call outreach, and building up that mental stamina when I was already feeling really beaten down was not working. And if I couldn't do that, then they were just gonna be upset and frustrated with me. And I knew when it was time for me to gracefully bow out. But it'll be fine. And I have to believe that it's going to work out.
This job market is absolutely destroying me. I don't know what's going on. I'm a junior at UCLA, 3.7 GPA, and it's been really difficult to just get a job. Like, the living costs here in LA are absolutely brutal. I have student loans hanging over my head, and I don't know what to say. Like, job hunting has just been absolute hell. Sent out 400 applications, either rejections or radio silence. Like, I'm absolutely screwed right now. I've literally tried everything. Like, I've tried reselling stuff on Depop, eBay, Facebook Marketplace. I've been able to make some passive income on social media and this app called Pay Me, where I've been able to claim some class action lawsuits. It's pretty great because, like, for example, one of the recent ones that I claimed is, so 5 years ago, I used to play Fortnite. And so I recently got $500 out of that. And that's been a lot of help, but mind you, that's still not enough to like actually live on. I just really need to know where everyone else is finding jobs. So if you guys have any suggestions, please help a sister out and leave it in the comments.
Y'all, God be working how he be working, because I just got fired. Let me tell y'all what happened today. So the ladies in the front was talking about me like they've been doing all week. And I simply walked up there and I said, do y'all want to talk about it? And look, the one with no teeth got mad and she started barking and I started laughing. I was like, why are you so upset? You want to talk about it? You want to talk about it? And she started barking and my boss heard her barking. So then my boss came up there and was like, Maisha, go back to your seat. And I was just like, I'm not the one yelling here. Like, what's the problem? Well, just don't talk to anybody. I said, well, we work together. Why we can't talk to each other? I always talk to everybody. I stand up here and talk all the time. So what's the issue? Well, just don't talk to anybody from here on out. Just don't talk. I said, so you don't want me talking to you either. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to anybody from here on out. Okay. I said, but we supposed to work together and you don't want me talking to none of y'all. Got it. So then she was like, just sit down. I was like, or I can go home because this is stressing me out and I'm getting a headache. She said, you're going to stay here till 1 o'clock. I said, okay. So then I sat at my desk and I called the other supervisor, the one she tells me to call now. She told me not to go through her for anything. She don't want me talking to her. So I called the other supervisor and I left her a voicemail and I said, hey, this is what happened. I told her everything that happened like I just told y'all. And I said, my stress levels are getting high. I'm starting to get a headache. I'm going to just go ahead and go home because my doctor prescribed me some medication for work stress and I don't have that prescription with me, so I really just need to leave. And I'm going to call you back in 10 minutes to make sure you have my voicemail. And if you don't answer, I'm going to leave another voicemail and I'm going to go home. Mind y'all, there was no more patients left for the day. Right? I get off at 1. This was like 12:20 something. There was no more patients left for the day. Called her back in 10 minutes. She didn't answer, left for a voicemail. Before I left, I called HR, didn't answer, called HR back, didn't answer, left them a voicemail, and I sent them an email all before I walked out of there. I left. And then I came to come handle business. I just checked my phone and they're saying they took that me leaving as my resignation. No, y'all just terminated me, baby, because I contacted a supervisor and HR to let y'all know that I was leaving and there were no more patients for the day. So thank you for that. Thank you for firing me for leaving for my migraines after I submitted an accommodation. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're so bright. And furthermore, how was I supposed to tell her that I was leaving when she told me, number one, not to talk to her, and then the other day she told me not to contact her about anything. She told me to go through the other supervisor, as I did.
One thing I find really scary is that I want to get into tech, but so many people getting laid off right now. But it pays so well. It could change your life. But everyone that's like been doing it either for a couple of years, they've been getting laid off. And it's pretty scary because now it's like, if you guys are getting laid off, how are they going to hire me? You feel me?
After finishing this video, I don't know how many of you guys have the same feeling that I do, but I really think this economy is no longer working for the average American anymore. Because on paper, if you look at the stats, new jobs are being added every month and they're actually ahead of schedule. For instance, last month, report posted 140,000 jobs actually were added, but that is not what people's lived experiences. That is not what people are saying all across the board throughout the country. People are saying jobs are getting harder and harder to come by, especially a good paying job that requires a college degree. People across the board are feeling they're being left behind by this economy and that they're no longer the beneficiaries of America and American economy anymore. And that's making a lot of people really go into the sense of despair, because if you think about it, this country was built on the backbone of hardworking Americans, just your average workers, and yet these people nowadays are getting cheated and they're not being respected at all. A lot of their jobs have been outsourced to other countries, and the development in AI is likely to take a lot more jobs away from your average American. So people are really feeling terrible about the economy and the job market across the board. And they're even feeling worse because on paper, everything seems fine and dandy, while in reality, it is absolutely brutal out there and people are struggling just to get by. Let me know what you guys think about this job market and the economy in America right now in the comments. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.